All right,
Ooh,
guys,
you should bring a
we
puppy.
are back. So there was a little glitch when I paused the microphone, or what is it, when we pause between segments. So you might see a little glitch there, but it's all fixed now.
All right.
Rob's not here, and it's got my complete mojo just... I don't know what I'm doing.
You're the most professional among us, though.
No, not done. So welcome back to Cement City Chatter podcast. This is the family edition. We have the whole family at the table.
Oh, he meant family because the whole family's here, not because it's safe for your family.
Oh, no.
No,
Like,
we have...
if you're under
That was
18,
earlier.
turn this off now.
Or get a permission.
Okay.
I need a permission slip from your parent.
Yeah. So
I
we
mean,
have...
he wanted
This-
his wife on here, and
We
he
got-
forgets what my favorite word is.
and
guys.
hey, family that was just on our show, go ahead and shut it off now, because I know your kids are watching this because they wanted to see themselves on TV. The rest of this is probably not for them, because we have got some really interesting stuff to talk about this time.
Yeah, so we do.
Good
and,
grief.
I guess I can bring my middle finger back out.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, we're gonna need that here. But let's just right now bring that middle finger back. There
the
you
tone
go.
while you can.
There
Hang
you
on,
go.
let's get a
Those of
shot
you who
there.
only listen to the show, like in the car, won't have the full effect. But basically, we've got this little wooden hand that is posable,
It pretty much tells
and it's
everybody
now
what I
posed.
think.
Let me put it that way. Yeah,
It's got
90% of the
arthritis
time.
today.
Yeah,
it is a little weird. Yeah,
some
there you go.
rheumatoid.
There we
Much
go.
better. Much better.
Okay, so we have some interesting gossip to talk about, don't we?
Is it gossip if it's public record?
Well, you have a recording, don't
Oh
you?
no! So this
Oh, I do in a
whole
minute,
thing. So, I mean, social media has really. Now, nobody's gonna believe me if I say I hate social media, because I don't. I love social media.
Aren't you
I
banned
love-
right now on social media? You're not allowed to talk on one of them.
I have a I have a
pages.
24-hour strike on my account right now. I can't post anything
You should
for
be more careful.
24 hours.
Oh.
Which, interestingly enough, I've never been in trouble on Facebook before. So the very first time that I get smacked for something, they just ban me for 24 hours. It's like,
It
okay,
happens.
well,
The best
24
of
is
us.
not the worst. You
well,
could
I mean,
get
like I
a
said,
ponder
this is the first strike. Oh, 30 days. Yeah, yeah.
at a
Well,
time.
and I'll tell you what I did. So, I have a close group of friends, and we have a small Facebook group with a couple dozen people. And one of our friends found out a couple days ago that they have cancer.
Oh, no.
And yeah, and so it was relayed to those of us in the group, and you get a bunch of guys talking to each other in a close group, and we're all close
Locker room.
friends. Yeah. I basically said, when you see him again, kick him in the nuts for not telling us sooner. That's what I
but
said.
you said kick him in the nuts.
I didn't
That
say
was
kick
it.
him in the nuts. I said kick him in the D.
Well, that's fine. It's not enough. It's enough.
Okay, I said kick him in the dick.
Yeah,
So.
well, you didn't have to you didn't have to keep going. Everybody figured it out.
Yeah, well, okay, all right,
But,
fine.
like, that's
And
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
usually talk like that, except when I'm giving my friends a hard time, right? And so
When
my
the
friend who
words-
has cancer, he's previously lost his leg in a health-related incident. He had to have his leg amputated, okay, and now he has cancer. And so, obviously, I'm not inciting violence when I say kick him in the dick, because I'm joking. Or sarcasm. Yeah. But, I hate to break it to anybody who thinks I'm not above talking like that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I've had friends get kicked off for saying boys are ookie. Like to draw a ban because boys are so gross. Because they're talking about their kids and how they're monsters and nasty. So if you don't think that,
Okay, so I've never gotten in trouble on Facebook before this incident. I did have a comment taken down by Facebook. It was one of the local businesses here every day would post a video of the people in the store on social media to kind of, get business or whatever.
I think they still do that.
Yeah, well, and it was a couple girls, and I'm friends with both of them, and they're just acting out on camera, being crazy or whatnot, in a very family-friendly, fun way.
Silly.
Yeah, they're being very silly. And so I posted, "You girls are crazy."
Oh, you said they were crazy.
Or I
That's
said,
it.
yeah, I said, "You girls be crazy," or something like
You
that.
put a gender and then you put something negative.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yep.
matter which one it is.
Exactly. And, if you ask those girls, they would tell you, "Oh yeah, Tim's a friend. You know, he's giving us a hard time. We're glad he saw the video."
Computers can't tell the
Whatever.
difference.
Yes, I know. But you know, I think Facebook is really stretching the term intelligence when they're, you know, saying that they're using artificial intelligence to go through the millions of or billions of comments a day that are posted. But
I mean,
anyway,
when you watch or listen, watch, or read any of the iRobot stuff, like Sunny didn't get.
yeah.
like-
I love that movie. Actually, it's one of my
And
my
if
secret,
you watch
my secret good movies.
and what set Robin Williams' character apart in Bicentennial Man was that he understood emotion.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
The Bicentennial Man's amazing.
Does anybody else miss Robin Williams?
Oh, Sean
Yeah.
Williams,
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was a great actor.
Good morning, Vietnam. So the reason I got started on social media was because, you know, I enjoy social media. I enjoy seeing what people have going on in their lives, you know, that I'm connected with on say, Facebook. I enjoy interacting with the town in both directions, you know, in Midlothian Talk. But social media right now is being utilized by a couple people in specific to attack various public servants that
Well,
we
let's
have.
not pretend that it just started.
No, you're right. You're right. It didn't. I mean, there's a particular group of people that are pretty darn toxic and don't give
But
the
my-
best
my-
impression of our community.
My
to
favorite part
others.
is they act like victims, that they're being persecuted
Oh yes.
on social media because it's because of whatever political leaning they're going to apply to it, and but then whenever they're going to persecute other people, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Social media is decline of society. It really is, and it's gonna kill the world.
We say
because-
that while we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well,
I don't know that I agree. I would agree that definitely, you know, like anything else, it has a bad side to it. Okay, you know, it's not a living thing in and of itself. All right, things that aren't living, you know, they're just, you know, they don't have a moral good, moral bad. All right,
Yeah.
you know, your hammer. All right, you go to your toolbox, you pick up a hammer. You can use it to build a house. You can use it to kill somebody. You know, social media, you can use it to encourage people and build people up. You can use it to promote your business. You can use it to spread awareness for Chains of Grace. Shameless plug, right?
Pause for reflection.
Yeah, pause for reflection, like we talked about earlier in the show. Thank you.
I'd like to bring it back around.
Bridges Foundation.
Bridges
Yeah,
Foundation,
mhm.
Mentors Care,
Yep.
the Midlothian
House.
Education Foundation, which is tonight
Is that
having
tonight?
it's Thursday night.
Okay, I guess I'm not going. I forgot to get tickets to that, but plenty of my money goes to support the school. But
Everybody says that.
yeah, well, so anyway, social media, you know, it's not bad, it's not good in and of itself. It can definitely be used for bad, and in this case, I'm seeing right now an influx of a couple specific people using social media to attack elected officials in a way that just isn't appropriate. You guys who know me, you
Well,
know I'm as big a critic of, say, the government
Yeah.
as anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, like, you know, if you want to criticize the government, fine. Like, there's plenty of things to complain about. All right, it's inefficient, whatever.
But that's not attacking. And
Right,
I
but
think
that's
that
not a
I don't think we
personal
should ever
attack.
say anybody should. I don't think that criticism should be attacking. I don't care if you think you're right or wrong.
Right. It's okay to criticize something you don't agree with, but what we're talking about is personal attacks. And to see someone, I'll use this direct example because it was posted publicly by Justin. He left the name out, although we all know who it is.
Oh, it's super easy to figure out, even though like
Yeah.
like you just have to have a brain.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
time for the voiceover.
Oh, that's not the same
Oh,
person.
no, not the
okay.
same
Not the
person,
same person.
but yes. So this person posted that the only ethical person on the council is HUD Hartson, and everyone else except for HUD Hartson is unethical. Okay. Now I'm not
I like
reading the
blanket
direct
statements like that.
Well, you know, I'm not reading it verbatim,
Oh,
but that's pretty darn close.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
guess what?
We're not
You've been recording at all?
It's not recording any sound whatsoever.
Okay.
Well, that sounds super.
right,
well, we can
that's
start
fine.
over.
We've got a two-parter.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so we are back.
is
We had a moment
what?
of technical difficulty. So
But not really.
yeah, my IT director is gonna have to fix this clusterfuck of a mess that it's been created tonight. Yes, I used the
My
F
favorite
word.
word.
I know.
Marty's favorite word.
So
So this one's going to be called John Drops the F-Bomb. No.
yes, it is.
John drops the F bomb shortly after a child leaves the podcast.
Well, I did.
Well, it's okay. John drops the F bomb and Tim says dick 4 times.
Yeah, and I did. Yeah,
I think
Oh no, I can make it so much worse, but I'm not. I'm just gonna stay right.
right.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
No,
That's
it's
fair.
mine.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, look, what's happening right now in town is there's a couple people using social media to attack specifically our city council, members of our city council over things that, are not objective judgments. This lady is calling, for example, Justin Kaufman by name unethical.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anybody who knows Justin, would just kind of like stop, give the person kind of a weird look.
He's
like
Midlothian's sweetheart.
He is,
They
yeah,
really
yeah.
went and found the audacity.
Are you clutching your pearls right now? Because
mean, just about-
If I had pearls, I'd be clutching them. I'll tell
So,
you what.
okay, so here is my biggest problem. There is a common theme here. And what is it? Good for me, but not for thee.
Oh yeah.
So it's
The whole thing where they act like victims and then
well, not just that, but like it's okay for me to like go and attack people on Facebook, but not for you to. It's okay for me to take money from the federal government, but not for you to. It's okay
Yeah.
for me to be unethical, but not for you to.
yeah. Some of the,
It's
so
okay
this is
for
not
me to call you non-biblical, but not for you to.
Well, so this same group of people, this is nothing new, and I was talking with one of the other councilmen about this person call a different person who's I guess friends with the first one I was talking about, called Justin and Clark liars because she didn't like the way that they were talking about the tax rate. There's
Yeah.
and that whole thing about like are you raising the tax rate if your taxes go up because your valuation? No, you're not. Objectively, but she was calling them liars because
So she was using strong language for
yeah.
not so strong offense.
Yeah. And they weren't lying. They just weren't saying it in a way that she agreed with. And, when you know what you're talking about, they're not lying. They're telling the truth. So, for someone to call someone a liar, for someone to call someone else unethical.
I absolutely love that they call any politician, like you've got a group of 7 politicians up there, and all of them are unethical, but one.
But one. Ironically, the one that might have the most ethics problems. There have been times in the past where he probably should have recused himself and didn't. There's times where he is on the record lying. Now, whether he was being malicious or ignorant, I don't know. But
And let's be clear here. I want to be real clear about when we start saying words ignorant. We had this conversation
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Ignorant is not an evil, terrible, bad word, but people get real mad about it.
it's a word that literally is used to describe the lack of knowledge by somebody.
And that's not stupidity.
No.
We had a very short conversation actually about the difference between being stupid,
Stupid, right.
and being ignorant. Ignorance is
Lack
not being
of-
exposure to knowledge, and stupidity is the avoidance of that knowledge,
Right.
or knowing it and still turning a blind eye.
Right. So if you say something and it's wrong, and somebody corrects you, before they corrected you, you were ignorant. You hadn't been exposed to the correct information. The sky's green because I've not walked outside. Well, okay. So when somebody says, no, the sky's blue, I just went out there and checked. before then you were ignorant. You didn't know that the sky was blue because you hadn't walked outside. Fine. Well, then you were exposed and you understood. Great. You were no longer ignorant. Before you were ignorant, then you weren't. And that's not an intelligence thing. That's just a lack of knowledge. And that's objectively fine. Not everybody can know everything.
I've used that word for me, for myself.
I will tell people I'm ignorant about that subject. Please explain it to me. But like the stupidity thing is when somebody says, no, the sky is blue, and you refuse to believe them for whatever reason, and you lean in and say that they're
It's
stupid.
not just refuse to believe them.
Yeah.
You refuse to go out and look for yourself.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So anyway, we have a lot of that going on, and people, and I have previously encouraged members of staff at the city, members of the council, when somebody is personally attacking you, just cut them out. Like, people have a right to a vote. People have a right to an opinion. People do not have a right to access to their elected representative. Now, their recourse, if they don't like that they don't have access, is to vote against that person or vote them out or recall them or whatever.
Recall in Midlothian's real hard.
Sure, but that's the recourse. You don't automatically get, the right to call, Justin Kaufman in the evening on his cell phone, even though he puts his cell phone number out there for everybody. You don't get the right to call him in the evening. That's not a right. That's a privilege. And Justin grants that privilege to the entire city right up until they abuse that privilege by personally attacking him. And I've encouraged him, and I hope you guys will too, to, when someone's just outright attacking someone, to just cut them out. Disagreeing is fine. Justin, as a matter of fact, is one of the best people about disagreeing, not seeing eye to eye, but doing so civilly and discussing it with you or whatever. He and I have disagreed in the past, and he likes to remind me of that we've famously disagreed about some stuff. But to call him unethical, to call him a liar, it's just ridiculous.
Or to tell him,
you are going against what God would want.
So that's a clip from the public record of our last city council meeting, which was 2 days ago on Tuesday.
So
And
someone said that he's going against what God would want.
Because they got a direct line to him.
Yeah. Apparently they've got a hotline. But
They're real tight.
So they got up during the citizen. They're at the very beginning. There's a time when any citizen can get up and speak, and this person chose to use her time to chastise Justin.
It wasn't just Justin.
Well, the entire council, except for HUD, that they're not doing what God wants, and
Well, and I struggle when anybody in faith tells somebody what God would want you to do. God would want you to X, Y, Z.
And I mean, like people can read the Bible and study the Bible
And surmise.
Right.
Maybe.
And try and figure out what what God wants for them, and they can have a relationship with God, pray, and God might talk to you. But to speak like that to someone else, especially a man of God like Justin, who, for those that don't know,
Walks the walk a lot?
well, he is a local pastor, and I would say I have not found him to be hypocritical. Let me just put it that way.
So, you know what God would want? For them to treat their neighbors like themselves. To
Sure.
love their neighbors. I'm just...
But I think this trend that we're seeing, where people get real personal and hateful towards some of our public servants, whether it's paid staff, we've witnessed that, or whether it's our elected officials. I just don't think that's real productive. I'd rather them spend time figuring out what's best for the city and making that happen. So I'm off my soapbox now, if anybody else wants to talk.
Thank you, Lord.
Lordy, I'm over here yawning.
Okay, we need a new button that doesn't say "Shut up, Rob." And
Well,
Shut
you know,
up, Tim.
the
Yeah,
funny
it needs to
thing
be
is,
shut up, Tim. I
is
get
when
it.
we first started this with the wonderful Tim Tim Wilkins and Tiffany. No, when they came on, Tim was saying, I'm just going to sit on the side, guys. I don't want to be really involved. I'll just sit here and back check for you. Yeah, you see where that ended up, right? You can't even shut the guy up. I mean, gosh.
Okay. I told someone else this. I said, I didn't jump at the chance to get on the mic. After a few episodes, there was an empty mic, and I sat in. I think for Tiffany on the first one, she couldn't be here, and so I sat in. But here's the thing: one thing I don't do is do things halfway.
Well, here's the thing. It's like the guy who goes to the karaoke bar and says, "Hey guys, you guys sit there. I'm not going to sing. I'm just going to sit here and drink." Well,
No.
you've had your fair share. Let me tell you.
To be fair, like
Three beers in now.
I cannot sing. I absolutely cannot.
I mean, he just sang like 10 songs straight in a row.
Yeah.
I can talk your ear off, but I cannot sing.
So the other hot fun stuff on Tuesday was the workshop.
Oh yeah.
So-
to talk about the ethics policies.
Ethics and rules for city councilmen. One that was a super hot topic was whether or not city councilmen, people, should have their phones silenced while at the dais. And if they should be able to send and receive, send, it didn't say receive, if they should be able to send text messages or telephone calls or
Yeah,
complete telephone calls.
electronic messages. I think
Electronic
was
messages
the wording of the
While
policy.
the council is in session.
in session.
Yeah,
So it's
while
kinda
they're
like-
sitting at the dais. Yeah, and
In a duly called meeting.
right.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Now this is not legislation.
No.
Okay, this is
guidance.
a policy that they were going to vote on putting in place on themselves. Okay, so this is the council saying, hey, we want to talk about these rules for ourselves. And so anyway, tell us more about that.
So one person was against it pretty loudly because they felt it was a violation of their First Amendment rights. I think it's a respect issue, honestly. If I'm up there and speaking and they're receiving messages from, it did say give an exception for family.
There were some fine print associated with
Yeah.
it. Like
The one
if
that
it's
was against it, is that the one that's doing it all the time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah. So
They should be able to talk to constituents while they're up there. Well, I'm sorry, constituents get all the time in the world to talk to you, but they get 3 days notice. It's published on Thursday or Friday.
The
On the
agenda.
Tuesday, the agenda is, so they get all that time to talk to you beforehand. They should, if you're available for them.
They just want the councilman focusing on the actual
Well,
meeting.
and then constituents are supposed to be. They can send in public comment via email electronically, that is part of the public record, or and I don't mean just email. I mean there's a form they can fill out that goes in and submitted into record, and then they can also stand up in public comment in advance and speak. So they're given all these opportunities to speak, but then when that public comment is closed, the council people should be sitting there and have full attention on what's going on. Be here now. We can't ask our children to put away phones during worship services or during school or during anything else, and then ask these folks to be on Facebook or any other kind of.
Well, look, anybody who knows the Constitution knows that that's not a constitutional right to say anything at any time.
No,
The Bill of Rights, and the freedom of speech that's in the First Amendment is a limitation of government. That it can't retaliate against somebody for speaking against the government. The Supreme Court's ruled about you can't say fire in a crowded theater or whatever. And this is just asking elected officials to focus on the business at hand and the meeting that's in front of them. And if anybody needs, notes from the audience to tell them what to think, they should get those. They should get those beforehand.
And everybody else is sitting there being kind and courteous to the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have offended and sent one into one of them, and it's usually a funny little quip, not anything that I want them to maybe it's a funny haha about
and
whatever,
look,
but
you
I
know,
don't expect them to respond to me, and I'm not
it's
having
even
a
an
full blown
issue
conversation.
of that. It's not even an issue of that. There's been anybody that's been perfect about it in the past, you know. But it's just
Yeah.
about talking.
If they were
it's
all
just
quiet,
about a policy. Yeah, it's just about a policy that they want to implement on themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Self-regulation. Oh, what? But yeah, there was some fireworks about that. Okay, so the other side of the table is super quiet, and I feel bad because we're like, blah,
Well,
blah, blah.
they're
City
here. They're here
politics.
every episode, and they're super quiet. So they're
just
used
Well,
to
we're
being
told
quiet.
to be.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you haven't even.
I
you
have
haven't-
never said
Wait a
that.
minute. You guys haven't even introduced the other one. I mean, we got Ashley here.
Actually.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Actually.
You need me to say that, right? You wanted
No.
Actually,
You want me to
yeah.
go?
Actually,
I'm not
Ashley.
sure that I
So
have ever
Ashley,
actually said that.
Ashley is actually part of the show. She just has an off-camera role. She is our fact checker. So
You may also recognize her from the drive-thru at Starbucks South, which is the one on
The new-
Harvest Hill.
She makes
The
the
new
best
one.
Harvest Hill, no,
macchiatos in town.
Harvest Run.
Yep.
Excuse me, we are at 210 Hawkins Run.
Oh, cool. You know the address.
I do. Because I see it constantly.
Nice.
Now, also, she is your sister.
She is my sister. We just don't claim that in
Gross.
public.
She's the part of the family we claim, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
We love Ashley.
It's true. It's true. We do.
some of y'all do. I
and
guess.
then we also have Marnie.
But you didn't bring a puppy.
I know.
You should have gotten a puppy.
I'm watching them on camera.
Oh, okay.
They're
Are they
being
sleeping?
bad.
Oh, what are they doing?
They're tearing up the pen.
How many puppies do you have available right now?
We have 4.
4.
2 males and 2 females.
Ooh, congratulations also on the most popular dog in America for 2022.
know.
One of our ongoing sponsors of the show,
Cement City Frenchies.
yep, Cement City Frenchies. Marnie is a breeder, as we basically implied, and she does
also has
have
puppies.
She does have part of a litter left that hasn't been spoken for. So somebody please buy them so that Ashley won't try and bring one home. So.
Yes, and Easter is coming up. They would be great. Right in the smack dab in the middle of an Easter basket.
They
Don't
are,
y'all
Ashley can
think?
put one in
they
her pocket.
are adorable.
I was
Okay.
going to say.
And they're
I would bring
available.
One home. I heard there were 4 available.
Yes,
Yeah,
2
there's
males,
only 4 left.
2
Yeah.
females, and they'll be 8 weeks on Monday, and they are ready to go to new homes on Monday.
Because they're eating.
They
like-
just got their vet check. They're good to go.
And okay, so these are Lilac and Merle Frenchies, right?
Yes, the 2 boys are lilac and tan merles. The 2 females are lilac and tan. They're not merle.
They're not Merle.
No.
That's
No,
fine.
they're lilac and tan.
They're lilac and tan.
But they're pretty.
And
Yes,
part
they're beautiful.
of the entourage that was here with Sean Wilson, somebody there has one of your dogs, right? They were talking about their Frenchie.
No, I don't
Maybe
think
they
so.
just have a
not.
Frenchie.
Alright.
I mean, it's a popular dog.
I think they wanted a
true.
Frenchie.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's right.
Oh, you know
it
what
was,
though?
it was Miss Cedar Hill.
Yes, she said that if she was not 87 years old, she would have that dog in a second.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
they do
George
fit in
won
pockets.
her over.
Oh,
That
Georgie is a very sweet
yeah,
doggy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
So are y'all have fluffies too, right?
Yes.
Oh, and when are you? But not for sale, obviously. But like, when are you breeding those?
When Dolly comes in the heat, this next run.
And when Ace is ready. We
And-
took him to the vet this week, and he's only 8 months old right now. He's almost 9 months.
well,
But
and
the vet says
this
he's
is
not
a
ready.
little rated R. He's a little young.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
said that John needs to practice jerking him off.
Oh God!
Oh man.
No.
Okay.
I told John that was his job.
No, that is your job,
I'm
not
literally,
mine.
am
I'm
clutching
literally
my pearls.
sitting here right now trying to figure out if we're going to make this 2 different shows, one with the family on before.
We'll just put it
and-
in NSF. Like we'll do the transition, and it'll
You know
be a
what?
black
We are
screen
not making this
NSFW.
X-rated. This is
No,
nature.
it is.
This
It
is nature.
No,
Yeah.
I
But
know.
no, that's not
Yeah, but
extra,
I
just
said
an
dick like
SFW.
4 times and
Yeah, you
5
did.
now. So
Yeah, he did. I would
know
like
what,
to point out,
though?
I got so
Yeah, I
much
don't like
crap
to
for
talk like
dropping
that.
the
5-year-olds aren't
F-bomb
going to make
once.
it past the 15-minute mark of the first episode.
yeah, no,
so,
that's
I mean, it's
true.
not gonna
That's
happen.
true. Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
"Where's Bluey? He's gone. Okay, bye." I guess Blue is a she.
Okay, and as a reminder to all our regular listeners, we are still hiring for a bartender.
And sponsor.
Yes, and we will accept sponsors. The bartender does not get paid well. I can't
He
speak
gets
much for
snacks
this.
and drinks.
But yes, there are snacks and drinks available for whoever wants to bartend.
And your name is not going to start with what? Oh, I can't remember what we talked about, but yeah.
Oh,
We're not going to have no Stacy's, Karens. Chips or Tads. Or
Or Brad's.
we just need somebody to
Sorry,
bring us
Brad.
drinks while we're on the air.
we
It's
just need
fine.
someone who can come in and manage the bar and,
Yeah.
and serve us drinks. That's all we need.
Yep. And be nice to us. We like it when people are nice to us.
If you call me up and you say, "What do you guys serve at your bar?" You're not a candidate. we have one person who is always sending a message. What do you guys serve at your bar? No,
No, we serve no.
no.
We just-
you're
no,
not
not
who
no.
we're gonna get. So.
No.
No, I don't get calls about the bar. I'll have to say, like, I was a little surprised to find out who all listens to our podcasts.
Yeah, they'll come up and say, "That was a great podcast." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
And you listen to our podcast, and so from what I understand, most of the city council, some of the school board, I got a phone call. We both got a phone call from the president of a bank locally.
Oh, that reminds me.
Which
No, I'm gonna text that
shocks
guy.
me. Shocks me that they'd have any interest in our
Well, last night I
our
was stopped.
knucklehead antics here. But what's that?
I was stopped at Brandenburger last night.
No
were you?
kidding.
Said, "Hey, that podcast is really informative.
The
Could y'all
mud?
please keep doing that?"
Oh yeah, the one about mud,
Oh
mud
yeah.
and cars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a comment
And
on
all
that
the
today
candidates
too. Yeah.
that we've had on, they've learned a lot more about the candidates
Yeah. Yeah.
to
The-
be more informed.
The
to
last
vote.
time I was at Branded, I think not yesterday, but the last Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday for trivia. There's trivia at Branded on Tuesdays. It is a lot of fun. But somebody who I didn't know, I said something out loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking, and I said something out loud, and this girl, like, her head whips around, and she looks at me, and she goes, "Are you Tim?"
Oh no.
And I just, of course,
hell.
This is where it
Yeah,
starts, folks.
Yeah, and she had heard the podcast and recognized my voice. Now,
Yeah.
I have like a generic face, and people tell me I look like Joe Don Rooney from Rascal Flatts. But
The fact
I've-
you even know his name means that somebody's
I've-
accused you of being him enough.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like on the regular, but no,
Your spikes aren't as high.
Yeah,
And they're not
I have
as
never
blonde.
had, like she said, I had a very distinctive voice.
Yes.
and like I
You
have
do.
never been told that. I mean, and I don't feel like I have a distinctive voice. I don't like the sound of my own voice when you hear it
Nobody
recorded.
does.
Well, I mean, I hear that, but let's just say I'm part of the crowd. So, but anyway, it's encouraging to us to know that there's some people who are part of the community that apparently, from what they tell us, value
At
what,
least 5 people.
Yeah, at least 5.
At least one of my coworkers listens.
Oh right.
Hi, Sebastian.
I like hey Sebastian. I love Sebastian. He is so great. He also works at Starbucks, and I know that anybody who goes to the Starbucks there knows who Sebastian is.
And if
He-
you've made it this far in the podcast, you should walk up to Ashley and say, "Hello, my name is XYZ. You've now connected with me."
oh yeah, so,
Oh, I can't wait till I get the call out on who I called out first in the name list.
Oh yeah. Ashley
It's
gets a
gonna
little
happen.
something for making a community connection.
Yeah,
though.
so Starbucks. I mean, it's anybody. Those of us who go to Starbucks on the regular know that they're very good about connecting with their customers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
like-
anytime y'all, I just don't go to Starbucks because I'm cheap.
Sure.
And
Oh,
I
that's
don't
fine. I
understand.
spend
Yeah.
that kind of money to go eat or drink at Starbucks.
No, and you have this
But
brand
let
new
me tell you,
Raptor Bronco.
I
to pay
know
for,
that's
so.
what I spend my money on. Things that I drive.
All right.
Anyway, that ham and cheese croissant
right?
It's to die for.
Where?
Starbucks.
Anytime y'all
Oh,
would
really?
like
Yeah.
to donate any when you come, I will gladly accept.
Yeah, those are delicious. But yeah, so you just got a new car
I did.
yesterday.
Yes.
How long did you have to wait? And is it the one you ordered?
6 months. That's the one I ordered.
That is not bad.
Yeah.
6 months is not bad.
Well, actually, she
We-
was 6 months and 30 days. I got mine in 6 months.
Well,
So-
I mean, okay.
So for those that are listening and not able to see, they have matching his and hers Bronco
colors are different.
Bronco Raptors, which are amazing
Coordinating.
vehicles. Yeah, and one's kind of a
One's hot
copper.
pepper red.
Okay.
Which is like a burnt orange metallic color.
Yeah.
And the other one is orange. It's called a code orange. And that one's mine.
Okay.
And we both kind of ordered one, and John ordered one without me knowing, and the next day,
Oops.
the one dealership we were talking to got allocation for another, and I ordered that one, and it was kind of like, hey, honey, I ordered this. He's like, oh, hey, honey, well, I ordered one yesterday. It's like, well, we'll just keep both of them in the
I love
system
that
and see if we even get one.
I love that I'm friends with people who impulse buy cars and don't. And they accidentally buy two cars
Well,
at one
Says the
time.
You know,
man who
normally-
purchased a Tesla from
Normally,
the
we
bed.
talk about it.
Oh,
but
that's
From
true.
bed.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
sometimes we don't even talk about it, and I'll go drive one to a dealership and trade it in, and I'll show up and he has a new vehicle, or I do.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I did buy my last car like on my phone.
In
So,
bed.
In bed, yeah, from bed. Because I had been shopping for it for like 4 months, and when it popped up, Sunday morning I woke up, I did the thing flipping through the listings looking for a very specific car, and it popped up in Colorado, and so I bought it right then, and then flew up there to get the car.
What is up with Colorado and being able to get cars?
Well, I don't know, but that's where you got your car out of
it
too,
is.
right?
It is. And then I was talking to somebody else, and they
And,
were like,
and
same
that took
thing.
months.
Well, no, from Colorado, it was allocated to the dealership exactly a week after I ordered it. Like, I placed the order with them, they got an allocation, and it was a month afterwards. Now, it took me months for me to realize I could place an order somewhere else.
So since this is a local Midlothian podcast, I'm going to say if there's anybody listening that works for any of the Waxahachie dealerships, like, you guys need to up your game. Your service game is terrible. Your sales game is terrible. I have tried to buy multiple cars there, from the various dealerships in Waxahachie and walked away. And I've tried to get service there at the Jeep dealership on
Well,
one of my
you know what?
cars.
Here's
and,
the deal.
And literally walked away trying to get service.
We have
So-
friends that work there, but the problem with Waxahachie Autoplex, I think, is the owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
They will not sell anything.
Sure.
Well, in our experience, we've tried to buy several vehicles and they won't sell it for MSRP.
They're doing above?
What's that?
Are they doing above?
Oh yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but
that's why I walked out.
But to
at
their
multiple
defense, they are
deals.
going out to auctions and buying things at auctions, and they're paying more money. But still, even the ones that they have coming in,
Well, this isn't.
they say
like,
they're available, okay, and then you call them and says, well, no, that one's
Oh.
actually in order.
But-
So it's kind of a bait to get you to come in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that the current car market is just crazy. Okay, but and maybe it's been crazy like the last year and a half, 2 years. But I'm talking. This goes back years. I've been trying to buy cars out of Waxahachie for, I don't know, 8-9 years.
I was
now.
out when they started charging to use your credit card in service.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm
Just-
sorry. I know that you're making money on service, and I'm not going to just carry around a check because this isn't the 80s. And not only that, but I'm not going to bring you $500
Yeah.
in cash.
No, it is a little silly. When places don't accept credit cards or want to upcharge you, and it's one thing if you know that it's an industry that has the thinnest of margins, but that's
Service is
that
not
is
it.
not it. No, that's where they make all their money.
Yeah. Well, now that we've slammed all the Stacys in town and Waxahachie Autoplex and
Anybody charging over MSRP? Okay, I'm going
Yeah.
to put this out there. If you're charging over MSRP, I don't trust your sales or your establishment enough to bring my car there for service, and I know that's where you're making the money.
well, I have a problem with MSRP too. But,
Well,
but COVID started that
here's
bullshit.
Yeah.
okay. I'm pretty much a capitalist through and through, and so I don't mind whatever, taking advantage of market supply, demand, that sort of thing. But at some point, it's not just an issue of what they're charging; it's how they're doing it. I don't
Oh,
appreciate
yeah, when it doesn't
that
say
they
that
list
it's
the
a-
MSRP and like on their website, and you show up, and then you're like, I'll buy this car for MSRP, and the sales thing comes out, and they've added some
$5,000 worth of add-ons,
Or
the
15.
door edge
Or they
guards and the low jack
replace
and
the air in the tires
With
And I mean
nitrogen.
Big
Which-
air
which-
quotes.
for anybody that doesn't know,
That's
what we breathe.
BS.
What we breathe is 98%, or
85.
85% nitrogen.
Oh, it's 85% oxygen, 15% nitrogen.
Okay, well, it's basically nitrogen. No, it's mostly nitrogen.
Whatever.
It's you got it backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's mostly nitrogen anyway.
I've got a
But
fact checker who's supposed to help me out here.
If you,
But I'm,
do your
I'm
job.
here now, so everything
Oh,
is
she's
off.
being here now.
Oh, okay, she's too good to check facts now. Well,
She's
so
being present.
for those that, what we're breathing is mostly nitrogen, and if you want total nitrogen in your tires, just go to Costco. They will put nitrogen in your air.
Well, and even when you
For
do
free?
that, it's
Nitrogen in your tires,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I
Really?
have a fact.
Yep.
And it's 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen.
Okay.
Fine, fine,
one
whatever. Then I gotta
1%
reverse.
You're
1%
wrong.
other
Reverse.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when
Whatever.
Tiffany's
No,
wrong.
but
Carbon
what-
dioxide, neon, and
But,
nitrogen.
yeah, but what what you put in your tires with your air compressor is mostly nitrogen. So
Right,
Yeah.
replace the 15% of oxygen. That's
and
what it
again,
was.
Costco will put all nitrogen in there for you for
Yeah,
free.
that's the biggest ripoff on the planet. And I laugh every time I look at those extra stickers.
Oh, when I bought my Jeep, one of the dealerships that I didn't buy from was trying to get $600 for just the nitrogen in the tires.
It's ridiculous.
And that was in addition to a bunch of other stuff. It's
But
like,
they paid
no,
a lot of
just
money
no.
for that nitrogen generator.
You're a nitrogen generator, literally.
That is, methane. That's methane.
Oh
generation.
yeah. Tiffany's a methane generator.
Oh yeah, I'll
Oh, yeah,
own that.
absolutely.
I'll absolutely own that and claim it. I
Oh.
don't even blame the dog.
Well, and
Yeah.
she's a methane generator.
Oh, yeah.
Because my kid-
her kids,
Yeah.
Like, he should
especially,
just, like-
especially, yeah.
Yeah, he should just let it
Friend
go
of the
while he's
show,
trying
Dorian.
while he's swimming.
What's
just
funny
like
is
a little motorboat.
What's funny is we'll be sitting there watching TV or whatever, and he will just let one fly, but it's like after he does it, he realizes like, oh, there's other people in the room, and then he's like, and then he's embarrassed by it.
He's not embarraed. He's,
No,
no,
he's
that's
not
not embarrassed.
Well, not embarrassed, but yeah,
He's got a face of like.
yeah.
Well, John has that girl version.
Look at that girl version.
Yeah, her nickname is Fart Blossom.
All the way through Brookshire's burping, farting.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I really like is I'm pretty, I don't bust one out. I'm pretty courteous of everything, but it always seems like when I'm in Walmart. I'll be in an aisle all by myself and just let one go, and then it'd be so vile that I just die. So I go like 3 aisles over, and sure enough, the minute I go 3 aisles over, somebody goes walking through there and goes,
you hear
"Dear
this.
Lord, who died?"
You hear it from 3 aisles over. That is funny.
And it's always in Walmart. I don't know why, but
Oh,
man.
Sean's got a thing about Home Depot. If he just he's got a mug to prove it. It just says Home Depot makes me poop. We'll walk in there, and he's like, I gotta go. Like we'll
He
be in there
does
for like
have that
5
mug,
minutes. He'll be in there like 5 minutes and be like, I'll be back.
But it's so hard to get to the restroom in Home Depot to
It
get
depends.
all the way in the back.
Well, some of them are in the back, some
and then
of them are in the
sure enough,
front.
you're trying to get down the aisle that they
Oh,
had
yeah.
blocked off because of the forklift
forklift.
is there. And then you-
Yeah, no, some of them are in the front. So we've definitely done all the way to the back and gone, nope.
the tight walk.
The tightrope walk all
Yeah,
the
there
way
you
from
go.
one end all the way back.
Well, I have not found one at the front yet.
Is it It's not Mansfield.
No,
I feel
Mansfield's
like
in the
it's,
back
it's in
behind
the
the
back.
kitchen.
It's not Cleburne. Which one is it? Burleson?
I haven't
it
been to
might be-
Burleson's in years, so I don't know.
It's been a while. Like it's one of them that I've.
I think it's been so long you don't even know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, because I don't even go anymore. Like 2x4s were so freaking expensive. I was just like, I'll just like whittle it
Because
up.
she just
stick
used
in
to
the back.
randomly buy 2x4s
Yes,
before.
we were at Home Depot like every other weekend.
So now she doesn't go because 2x4s are expensive.
Hello, Ashley.
Yeah, have you seen the garage.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm like,
you're right.
hello.
It's full of
So Marnie,
What?
what's your favorite local business to go to when you head into town? I mean, we're kind of like we're in town, but we're kind of like not in downtown.
Use
But like when
the-
you head to downtown, where do you like to go?
For what?
Taco Casa.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, Ashley. Let's talk about the Taco Casa logo and
It
branding.
is awful. Like, I get it's very dated, but it also just looks like.
It's a 50-year-old logo.
Yeah, no, I get that. It
Is
doesn't.
Taco Casa that old?
Yeah,
Yes.
it says it inside. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
our next door neighbor, Jim Seymour, he lives, I mean, right.
Is he the guy that runs the
Yeah.
mower while we're trying to record?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he is actually the owner of
time.
Taco Casa in Waxahachie.
So
Oh, is
like,
it?
there's
Okay.
nothing against it. The food is actually
Yeah, the
good.
Oh,
food
I like Taco
But, like,
Casa.
I didn't eat at Taco Casa for a really long time
Yes.
based on the logo because I was convinced
that I would have gastric distress
Yeah.
immediately.
Well, that's because of all the cheese they put on. You can't
Oh,
have dairy.
but
they're the
even
only
if you
place
ignored
in the
that-
world that puts enough cheese on something.
I
But
used to
it's,
take it
it's
off.
government
Right.
cheese, though. It's got to be
It's
because there's
great.
no
It
way.
is
I mean,
amazing.
they put like 50 pounds of cheese on one taco.
One taco,
really
I
don't
know.
know.
It's like a taco, like somewhere under there's a little meat and cheese, meat and lettuce, but like
Yeah, but
no.
you got to
there's
come home and
there's
take a
enough
laxative
cheese.
so you can be stopped up for the next 5 days.
No,
They're called gut bombs for a reason.
all
Okay, yeah, that's what I was worried. Like, you look
Yeah.
at the freaking, you look at the logo, and it's not an all-subs gut bomb. Like,
Okay,
come
what-
on.
No,
What-
Also's burrito are the pinnacle of burritos. I mean, nobody
They are
can.
amazing.
Okay,
It's that
what-
Yes.
crunch,
Yeah.
along
The-
with that
like,
flavor.
Oh, you know what's really-
I recently had this conversation with Ashley. What is it with everybody that like they have trouble digesting Mexican food? I don't.
No,
Like,
it's just
I-
all the
it doesn't-
cheese.
It does not cause
It's
me
not just
any
that, it's the
problems.
chili.
But everybody,
Hey, I gotta get back
that's
to
just kind of
the-
what it is. Like I don't have any problem with it.
Spicy. I
That's
think
exactly
what
what
most
I
people have a
said.
problem with.
And he was like, it's not spicy. And I was like, it's spiced. It's
Yeah.
not spicy, like hot. It's
It's
spiced.
spicy with an E.
I got to get back to the Also's burrito part because you guys
Also's
totally
burrito is
because we were that one.
delicious.
I'll go and I'll order like 10.
Ooh,
I'll
that's
eat
a
like
lot.
2 or
Yeah.
3 on the way home, but they're really good
Why would you do that to yourself? They're so far, like, and also
because they're
is so far
addictive. It's
away.
like Lay's potato chips. You can't have just
No,
one.
no, I meant like if you're eating 3 on the way home, like how do you make it home and keep your interior of your car okay?
Oh, no problem at all. But you know what's really good? You put them in a Ziploc bag and then you put them in the air fryer for like 15 minutes.
Oh, that makes them back.
makes it even better than when you got them
they
at
were
the store.
crispier.
No
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The air fryer is the key to a leftover Also's burrito.
I have a really
Okay.
nice air fryer that I feel like I don't use enough.
I've gotta say,
They're
I've
really
never had a
difficult. I mean,
leftover also.
there's kind of like this.
Yeah, no,
Hold on,
It's
am I being
something-
attacked here?
no.
No?
We've never
Okay.
had leftover Allsup's burritos because they're gone.
Oh yeah,
We
okay.
don't
Air
leave
fryers
them
are, I mean,
over.
unless you really know how to use one, they're kind of like that appliance that you're scared, that you're afraid to use because
just
you
an
just don't
oven.
really
Yeah, it's just
understand
Oh,
it.
I'm not
oven.
afraid to use it. I just for
He just
whatever
doesn't
reason.
cook.
It
yeah.
took us forever.
Oh,
it
no,
took me
but-
forever to try to figure out how to use one.
Did you say I don't cook? Okay.
You grill.
Yes. Okay.
That's
I
not cooking. That's grilling.
I cook. When I cook,
Which is why it has a special
I'm either
word.
using a grill, or a wok, or a griddle.
I like my Blackstone.
Yeah. So I've got a real nice Weber, and I replaced one of the grates with a griddle.
Notice
And-
how he didn't say air fryer.
Right. Well, yeah. No, that's totally true.
My Blackstone has an air fryer built in.
Ooh, that's cool.
This one out here
Seriously?
does.
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
it's-
at the lake doesn't.
Oh.
But this one out here, we cook steaks on it.
Well, it's at
and
Lobo's
then-
house right now.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
it's
I
at
have
Lobo's.
like
It's
my
in
Weber's
Midlothian,
like
though.
20 years old, or it's like 17 years old, and still going strong. So I would probably buy a Blackstone. Like they seem to be the hot thing right now.
They're
but,
amazing.
You know,
I mean, you can
yeah,
cook breakfast in 3 minutes. I mean, it's done.
Yeah, but
Anything we've actually cooked spaghetti meatballs on it. We've cooked all kinds of different stuff.
We've
Because
done
you just take your pot and put it
cinnamon
straight
rolls
on it.
and biscuits and gravy.
Cinnamon rolls
Those
are
are
love
like two of my
language.
favorites.
Yes.
You need to come to the
Actually,
lake
by
with
the
us
way,
this summer.
They can't
we make.
have that.
Yes, we
can't
can.
have-
We can have Annie's. Annie's.
Can you have the
cinnamon
Cinnabon
rolls.
Biscuits
ones?
and gravy?
No.
You can. Oh, Ashley's made biscuits and gravy.
Wait, they can have
They're-
biscuits and gravy. The Pioneer gravy doesn't have dairy in it, does it?
It's probably made with
Milk.
and.
No.
It's
It's
Why
water.
don't we just load you up
water.
on
Here. Well,
on,
add to the fact checker.
on
Pioneer
the
brand.
medicine beforehand?
I've not done that.
I'm
and I
willing
don't know
to
that
check
I
this.
wanna.
oh yeah.
The lactate stuff.
I don't know how that works.
For those that don't know, the sisters here are both
Lactose intolerant.
they have a dairy allergy.
Yeah, I think it's more casein, which
Which is
lactate doesn't.
it's common. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, it's a top. It's a
but
top
there's a
8
lot of
allergen.
products out there that you can have. You
Well, I
gotta
mean,
know what to buy.
Ashley's made gravy with almond milk before.
I use oat milk.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, put enough pepper
there's
in it, and it
milk.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
no
can't
milk.
really.
And,
it's
and
creamy.
oat milk, is not
Sorry.
bad at
Yeah.
all.
The
No,
one
no.
I do is milk based.
Is
So
it?
we we've learned to overcome that. For instance, right now, Annie's cinnamon rolls in the tubes are on sale. The 4-pack at Costco, they're $3 off. But the only reason I haven't bought those at Costco is
You
because
live at Costco.
I don't go every week anymore. I go every other.
Okay. Yeah.
It's because they got a new EV to pay for.
No, but I do. But we do. The Dark Knight is sitting outside right now.
During the day, its name is Bruce.
Yes, 100%.
And then at night, it's the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, and we definitely changed the accent lighting to be yellow.
Nice.
Oh.
So it's
I like
black and
it.
yellow, black and yellow, black
Okay.
and
Yeah, that's the one. It's not because we have.
So
a
we're
new
going
EV
to start
to pay for.
comparing EVs at some point, but probably not in this episode.
We'll just whip it out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Mine's the fastest.
if
Mine's the coolest.
ours wasn't bought to be fast, ours was the cheapest.
I mean, hey, you know,
Yours is
that's,
the
You win.
Ours
Yeah.
is the most practical.
I- you
Ours
know,
is the practicalist.
yours is pretty practical, but like mine's a hatchback, and it is like you can put a lot of stuff
Sean
back
says
there.
a third row.
No, that's true. Yeah.
No, it doesn't have a third
Oh,
row.
I thought it did.
So you can say it's
No.
not long
Oh.
enough.
It doesn't have a third row.
Yeah.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Well, you know what? The ID4 has a lot of room. I was really
Mine
impressed.
can have a third row.
His actually can have a third row with
Yeah.
like
No,
jump
I know,
seats,
but
but
the
they're
Tes-
The
terrible.
Tesla Model S.
They're like the
were
Ford Ranger
available
seats
with a
from, like-
were available with a third row.
So is the.
And a 6-foot person can fit back there. I'm
know
not
what?
going to say it's like comfortable, but
we took our Uber driver had a Model S from
Mm-hmm.
from San Diego to Elk Grove. So and it was like a 45-minute ride, and it was actually pretty impressive. But the only thing I have a problem with the Tesla is the
Mm-hmm.
build quality. You know, it just rattled like crazy.
In the back, it's terrible.
Yeah.
In the back, it's super loud up by your ears, and it's like a much stiffer
But
ride. in
as
the
far
back.
as technology, I mean, it's just insane. It's an awesome car, and I wouldn't mind owning one. It's just like, man, I couldn't get over the little squeaks and rattles and the dash falling apart.
Well, to
how
be
many,
honest,
how many miles was on it? Just out of curiosity.
240 something. It
I
was
mean-
like a 15.
Yeah, but he Ubers
what,
it,
what
so-
car? What car with 240,000 miles doesn't squeak and rattle?
Well,
I'm not saying they don't exist.
No.
I'm just saying, like, pretty much by 200, by a 250,000 miles, most cars have some squeaks and rattles.
Just so you
I
know.
mean, my Jeep has 20,000 miles, and because I took
But
the
it's a
top
Jeep.
off, like the top squeaks constantly.
I mean, it's a Chrysler
it's a
product.
Jeep.
no,
I mean,
that's
come on.
true.
Excuse me. Actually, it's Stellantis.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
That's the name of the
No,
parent
mine was
That's so
designed under
terrible.
Fiat.
Oh, my.
So yeah, the JL
Still terrible.
was designed under Fiat.
I mean, our father Elon of Tesla did not design it. He didn't design this either, I know. But just so you know, anybody that is watching, we have a Facebook group now called Ellis County EVers.
There's 5 members.
There's 5
Four of
members.
them are at this table.
Hi. No, all 5 members. There's 6 members. There's 6. 5 of them are at this table.
How come I want to be
know-
I want to be an admin.
I know a bunch of people.
We all be
Well, we're all gonna
Make
admin or
anybody
each other.
who joins, yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We've gone on long enough today. I appreciate you guys joining us, jumping in on the empty mics, Ashley and Marnie. It is a lot of fun having you here, and every week we appreciate having you here, even when you're not on the mic. Ashley, we love that you keep us in line, and again, we've nicknamed you actually. And Marnie, we just love you. You're like a mom, the mom that everybody wants.
Oh, Lord.
But we will see you guys next week, and we're out.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.